Hello there everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree. I just put on too much lotion. Anyway, we are here today to speak about some products, good products, bad packaging. A couple of these things I had tried last year. I don't have one anymore, I used it up. But it was a body wash in a really awful pump style bottle. The pump was just really terrible on it. And then the other one is this face wash right here. But I only had two things to add to the category, but somehow all these other things have just been added here and there. I'm going to talk about all of them. I do like all of these things, but I just don't like the packaging. There's some like flaw with the package that makes it tedious to use, annoying to use, hard to use, or just not in its intended use. So let's just talk about the thing, shall we? The first one here is the Micro Delivery Exfoliating Facial Wash by Philosophy. This is like rubbing off here because it does live in the shower. So this is a face wash with scrubby particles in it. It's really nice. I do enjoy it a lot. My boyfriend likes it a lot as well. But the bottle is so hard. Like it's made from this really hard plastic and the hole is so small. To squeeze the really, it's not really thick, but it's too thick to have this teeny tiny little hole here. And how hard the bottle is, it's impossible to squeeze. It hurts my hands. I seriously unscrew the lid and like dump it out like that and then put it back on. My boyfriend says he has no problem with it, but you know what? I have an issue with this bottle. It's hard plastic. I don't have like strength issues in my hands, but if you do, this is going to be impossible to use. It's so hard. I hate the packaging of this. I don't know how else they could have packaged it, maybe in like a pliable squeezy tube, but this delivery system does not work for me. I like the product, just hate that hard plastic bottle. The next thing I want to mention is this Pixie Skin Treats In Shower Steam Facial. This is something that has been growing on me a lot. I talked about this in another video and I thought it was just like I didn't really know what it was supposed to be. But I ran out of the face wash I usually use in the morning and I've been using this and I love it now as a morning cleanser. I think it's wonderful. It's a very thick, clear gel that you put on your face in the shower or whenever, and it gets really warm. Not hot, not irritating, just kind of warm. And then just let it sit there for a little while, maybe through your whole shower or whatever. And then when you start rubbing it off your face with your wet hands, it turns into like a nice oil, does not leave any residue behind whatsoever. It just makes your face feeling really clean. And I do like it as a morning cleanser. And you can see how hard I've squeezed this bottle. Same kind of issue. It doesn't have like the smallest hole here. It's just that the gel is so thick that to squeeze it out of this bottle is really hard. Like just squeezing with all of my might to get it out, and I'm like, ugh, to get out like a tiny little blob. I don't know why it's so thick. I mean, whatever, it's thick, but I don't know. They made the hole, I think, a little too small because the packaging isn't hard to squeeze. It's really pliable. It's just squeezing the gel out is so hard. And it's annoying to me. Like I feel like I grit my teeth really hard in the shower when I'm angrily squeezing this stuff. Good product, just I don't like how thick it is. Well, maybe it's just not that it's so thick, it's just the hole is too small. I don't know, whatever. Okay, where shall we go next? The next thing I want to mention is the number 7 Dark Spot Correcting Boosting Serum. I really, really like this a lot. Packaging. So I've always heard over the years and in magazines I've read or whatever, that air getting in something is not really good for it. And every time you open up a jar, air goes in there, stuff like that. That's why airless pumps are so like celebrated and things like that, because it keeps the air out of your product. This lets air out of it and inside of it. Does that make sense? Every time I use this, a big huge puff of air goes inside and it's very obvious. So you unsqueeze it here, and when you go to squeeze it out, of course it's going to work now. Can you hear that? So when you squeeze it out and you squeeze, you get some of the product out, and when you let it go, all the air goes right back into it. And it happens every time. I've tried so hard to like hold it tight while I squeeze it out and put it on and then try to put the lid on, but it's just so annoying and tedious. The air still gets in there. I sent them on Instagram like a DM, but I haven't heard anything back. Like, is the air bad for the product? Is it not going to work as well if it's full of air? I have no idea, but I just don't like the idea of this very expensive serum here having all that air going into it every single time. I'm guessing an airless pump could have been a better thing here. They do have a lot of other serums with airless pumps. I don't know why they didn't put this in one. Even their line correcting boosting serums in an airless pump. But I don't know about this. I don't know why it's so much air. I don't know if it's bad for it. It just makes me feel weird. The next thing is the Pixie Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist. So I love this more than I thought I would. The scent of it, I don't know what it is about the Pixie smell that I used to hate. I used to hate this smell so much, and now I love it. I love it so much. I just look forward to it. So this is a makeup fixing mist, rose water and green tea. All over setting mist prolongs makeup wear and keeps it from moving, melting, or settling into fine lines and pores. Comforts, protects, increases hydration, and balances skin for a fresh face. I love spraying this on my bare face before makeup. I feel like it's just doing something extra, like giving my makeup something to stick onto. I don't know. This stuff's, some magical stuff's going on in here. I love it. But the mister is awful. Absolutely awful in this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Nah. But it's too fast and it's too direct. Like, it feels like there's 5 little laser beams coming out of it, and each of them is going, and that's your setting spray. I don't feel good spraying this on top of makeup because it's just huge blobs. They're really fast and very direct. I don't enjoy it for that, but I love putting it on my bare face because it's just on my bare skin. Who cares if it's a crazy direct spray? I just really wish the spray wasn't like this. And I've seen other people use other setting sprays or different mists from Pixie and saying that the mister is the best thing they've ever used. And I'm like, this cannot be it because this is not very good. Product good, horrible, horrible sprayer. Another product, I have 2 more with really bad sprayers. The next thing here is from Verb. It's the leave-in mist. This is like a leave-in hair conditioner. I love this, but this pump is awful. Absolutely awful. Every about 10 sprays, 1 of them will spray out the product. Then you spray it and you have to wait for the thing to go back up. It's not forever, but it takes forever when you have your hair and you're trying to spray it in there and you're going, psht. Then you have to wait for the thing to go back up, and then you press it down again and nothing comes out. It's so awful. I hate this mist so, so, so much. I want to return it just to get a new one, but I also bought an eyeshadow palette, one of those Fenty ones that I think is terrible. I want to return that too, but I don't want to return 2 things, and I feel kind of bad. So I'm going to take the eyeshadow back and then just keep this and keep using it. I want to find maybe a different top for this because this is just awful. It's so frustrating to use it because, like I said, every like 10 sprays, 1 spray will work, and then it's like a little pitiful like type of spray. I feel like I'm going to get so frustrated with this that I'm going to end up wanting to exchange it anyway. I haven't read any reviews on it, but I want to see if other people are having issues with the top or if it's just me. But maybe I'll use one from a mist or something that I'm running out of. We'll see. A few more things. Oh, one more bad mister. The Real Techniques Instant Brush Cleaner. I adore this. This is my favorite instant brush cleaner. But the mist, same thing. You spray it down and it takes a really long time to go up, and sometimes it doesn't even do that. I have to pull it up manually and then squirt it down again and then pull it up and squirt it down. Just another bad design, and I've bought multiple bottles of this and it's the same thing every time. Okay, a foundation. This is the Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation. Amazing. Oh my god, I cannot believe this is so freaking good. I thought it was going to be similar to the Revlon Color Stay just because they're kind of sister companies and it kind of looks the same. I thought it was going to be very similar. This is way better than Color Stay. Oh my god. I am going to talk about it during drugstore month in more detail, but right now I love this thing. But it comes in one of these bottles that kind of just pours out. And I don't know if I've just been spoiled, but I can't remember, other than Rimmel Lasting Finish back in the day had a bottle like this. And ever since that, I've never tried another one that didn't come with a pump. How expensive Almay is, they could have afforded to put a $1 plastic pump on this thing. But the product's really good, but every time I use it, you got to pour it out. It's always too much. It dribbles down the side of the bottle. And you can't regulate how much you're getting each time. So I just really wish it had a pump on it. And then I have 2 more things. Of course, the Cover FX, what are these called again? Spotlight Loose Highlighting Powder. Just another bad design. The products are really nice inside though, but it's 3 different shades with each their own little sifter. So every time you open one up and you want to use it, you have to either pour some out into the lid, and then it's too much, you want to throw it away or save it. And then tomorrow you're pouring another one in there, it's mixing with it. And you can never get out the right amount. I tend to just open up the little sifter and stick my brush inside, trying to hope to get some of it inside the holes. It's just kind of frustrating to use. Really, really beautiful product though. It's just, I wish they each sold them separately maybe, or I don't know, sold them separately. That's pretty much the only other thing you could do to make it better, I guess. And then the last thing, I think this is just my own personal obviously all of these are my personal preference, right? But this is the lumene or lumine, I've heard it pronounced both ways. Hydration Recovery Aerating Gel Mask. This is amazing. Amazing. I love this as an overnight mask. It's absolutely incredible. It is a gel though, and it's in this open jar like this. Oh, it just smells so good. It just reminds me, oh, I want to go to sleep now. You know those products you use at night only, it like puts you in a comforting, let's go to sleep kind of mode? This, I want to take a nap. Anyway, it is a jelly sort of consistency, not sort of, it is. Look at it, it's jiggly jelly. And this just gives me flashbacks. It didn't come with any sort of scoop or anything. A couple times I did use my hand to scoop it out. I have been using a spoon now, like I literally go get a spoon and scoop some out, because I had a product like this from Ole Henriksen. It was the eye gel, uplifting eye gel or something like that, eye cream. It was amazing. It really truly worked, but it was jiggly jelly like this, and it didn't come with any sort of thing to scoop any of out. So I didn't know at the time, like, hey, my fingers and the oils on my fingers, the other products I just put on, putting it in there every time is going to mess with the consistency. But every time I used that eye cream or that eye gel, by the time I got like halfway done, it was gray brown. It was not sticky jelly anymore. It was so cloudy and ugly and just disgusting to use. I had to throw it away. It was awful. And I have a fear that this might turn like that. So I don't know. I just don't want to put my hand in here. I wish it was in a squeeze tube. I think that would have been a little better because it's not really thick or anything. A squeeze tube would have worked really well for this. But this is a wonderful, wonderful overnight mask. Probably one of my favorites I've ever used. And just wish it was in a squeeze tube so I don't have to put my hand in it every time or get a spoon every time. Okay, that is it. Those are all the products I love that have bad packaging, makes them tedious to use, makes them annoying to use, makes them very frustrating to use. And yeah, let me know some products you have used that have terrible packaging. Are some of these just faulty? Do you have some of these and they work amazingly? Do the sprayers work really good on those Pixie mists and I just got a bad one? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later in another one. Bye. Oh, hi, cat.